Again, it's week 3. I'll be honest, I really didn't know what to discuss this week. I hadn't organised any like podcast style-y interviews with people. I've got people lined up to do them with, and I just haven't got round to actually setting a time and place of them. So I'm going to do that this week, ready for next week, so that you're not bored of me, because I do understand I can be as boring as shit. Said that, we're all here now, so I'm just going to crack on. It's been a bit of a weird one this week. It's been crazy busy, and like I just feel like my feet haven't touched the ground. Me and Nicole went away for a couple of days. She's been really struggling lately, and I probably don't voice that as much as I could do. I feel that I don't want to draw attention to the fact that she's in that sort of headspace. It's not for me to say, although I'm sat here saying it now. And I wanted to take her away for a bit of a girly weekend to try and, like, you know, de-stress and kind of get her in a better place. She's putting herself under an awful lot of pressure, which she does herself. I obviously don't, and I've said to her that, like, her mock exams, it's not the end of the world if she misses them. Like, nothing awful is going to happen. She can retake stuff, and that, you know, in the grand scheme of things, not to stress and worry about it. But because she is so conscientious, she does, which I guess is a bonus to me for the fact that she is like that, because otherwise it would be really difficult to get her motivated to do anything to do with school, etc., because she does miss so much of it, and that's not her fault, and that's not the school's fault. That is just the reality of what we live in. Went away this week. Jaden, I've had to be like buying and organising loads of stuff because he's going on a school trip that I completely forgot that I paid for, to like PGL or something, and that's on Friday to Sunday. So I'm like, okay, so he needed to have like a sleeping bag, which I don't own. He needed to have like a waterproof coat, which I haven't managed to get, and so I've got like 2 days left to get that. And just all sorts of basic, like walking boots, all sorts of stuff that I'm like, oh my god. So you know when like time just has not been my friend this week? I feel like I haven't had a weekend to myself in, well, forever really. Oh, people are going to be like, oh, where was you? Yeah, I know, get the violins out for me. I know, I'm so sorry. I'm really not one for being like victim-y, but at the moment I'm just so tired. Like, look at the state of me. I haven't even done my hair or my face or anything to do this video, because potentially it's meant to be like a listening thing, so you get to listen to my beautiful voice. And I was contemplating the whole ASMR stuff, you know, because I know so many of you think I would be incredibly good at that and totally self-soothing. Jokes. He had an exciting weekend. He went to his dad's for a couple of days, and then he came back and he went to a birthday party, and he went skydiving, like indoor skydiving. Now for his birthday, weirdly, I've got planned to take him to Blue Water in Kent. I think it's Kent. I could be wrong. Anyway, to go and do the UK's first outdoor skydiving, but like it's, you know, like the style of the indoor ones where they're like in a safety circle thing, but it's outside. So that's pretty cool. So I'm pretty psyched for that. That's his birthday next month. So then I'm trying to organise what he wants for his birthday. I haven't really seen Callum very much, which has not done our relationship any favours, because I just don't like being apart very much. So we've made a special effort, and we went to have a nice date night this week. So on Monday we went to play pool, and obviously I kicked his arse. We played 6 games and I won 4. So that's like my little bragging rights. What else have we done? I'm trying to sort out Senko stuff with Jaden at school with his EH, because Jaden's got an EHCP. I don't talk very much about Jaden's, I don't want to say like disability or issues. I don't really know how to politically be correct, because we all know I'm really not. So he's had an EHCP since he was like 3 years old, and it's obviously changed over time, and like every time we go to the reviews, etc., things are added, changed, blah blah blah. And he was due his first one this week with secondary school, and unfortunately the Senko person isn't at school. She's off on an emergency leave or something, so they're gonna have to rebook it as an urgent when she gets back. And I'm just a bit like frustrated, because I feel like he needs extra support at school that he's not getting. And then there's Freddie at the moment. This is a bit of a recap, isn't it? And like a little bit of an update on where we're all at. Freddie at the moment potentially could be dyslexic. Before we moved here, the school that he went to was saying that they would assess him in the next term for dyslexia. They couldn't do it before then because of the age. They did like it's an age related thing. And then we moved here and I handed the letter to the new school and they were like, oh, we don't do that in this catchment area, but we provide all their needs, which I don't feel like they are. So I've been pushing at school for them to get this referral to get him seen, but they said they have to gather evidence first, which is what they're essentially doing now. If not, I'm having to go private, which I've asked for help financially from his father, who won't help financially, because it's about 500 quid, isn't it? You may or may not remember, like ages ago, I, with the help of people from TikTok actually, because I couldn't afford the 450 at the time, to pay for Nicole to go private for her diagnosis, not of the Tourette's but of the FND, because we didn't know what that was. So now I'm just kind of trying to sort Freddie out and sort Jaden out, and anyone feel like as a parent it's all just kind of really overwhelming? Because if it's not one child, it's the next child, and if it's not that child, it's another child. And also I have to kind of divide my time equally as best I can so that they all get equal attention, which can be quite difficult when you're one person. Like, it's quite difficult. Oh God, I'm coming across as a right little fucking moaner this week, aren't I? I'm so sorry. I'm not a moaning Minnie. I'm just explaining where I'm at right now. To exciting stuff. So, exciting things that have been going on with us. We did our Channel 4 documentary, which we're now allowed to talk about because it's out on the 19th of July at 10 p.m. on Channel 4. And that is Scarlett Moffat investigates the rise in tics and Tourette's. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it's called, but it's around that kind of stuff. But it's a Scarlett Moffat interview anyway. And I have to say, now I'm able to talk about it, it was like the most surreal situation of my life, having this famous celebrity in my home. Like, she was in my home, and then in Nicole's bedroom, and then we all went shopping together. Like, I can't describe to you how flipping surreal it was, and how lovely she is and how down to earth she is, and the fact that we became friends and she gave me her mobile number, and I have Scarlett, like we message each other. It's the most bizarre thing, in an amazing way. Like, don't get me wrong, this is incredible, and we are so lucky to have been given that opportunity to raise awareness in this way. The other problem about this was it was filmed October last year, right? And we're now July, and I have lost over 2.5 stone. Like, I'm nearly at 3 stone now. And I'm thinking, brilliant, I look like a completely different flipping person. So no one's going to recognise me from the telly because I don't look like me from the telly. So that's always great. We also did an interview, we did Born Different, which a lot of people would have already seen on YouTube. And then we also did one for Scene TV, which has just come out. It came out the day before yesterday on Snapchat, I think it came out first, and now it's on their Instagram. I'm not sure if they've published it anywhere else, but you can watch it. It's on Scene. And then we've been invited to do an interview for 60 Minute Australia. So that's really exciting. We're just in the midst of booking time slots with them for that. And the other really exciting thing is I'm going to London next week to do some filming for a company, for a TV channel, for me as a parent with a child with a disability. So I'm not quite sure the ins and outs of how that's going to go, but I'm really looking forward to doing it. And I'm just so proud of how far we've come, and where we are now, and how the whole family have just embraced everything. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at and what's going on. I guess that kind of gives you a bit of a rundown of what's been going on lately and all the things that are coming up, and exciting stuff. I do hope I've got some more exciting things to tell you, but I can't tell you everything just yet. And yeah, that's about it really. I guess I will try and book in this week to have a podcast with somebody else, a surprise guest. Excuse me, I'm hiccuping. Sorry if you're just listening and you're just getting random like noises. I'm just hiccuping and I've just guzzled down a cup of tea. So, yeah. So everybody have a great week. Sorry it's a bit of a short and sweet one. Sorry if I bored the shit out of you. And next week I hope to do better. How does that sound?